Hello guys, today we'll be starting a new topic. Okay, so already till now we have discussed about linear equations, we have discussed similarities, and we have also discussed quadratic equations. Okay, so you can just refer the videos back and do a lot of revision, and you can also ask me doubts if you have any during the lecture. Now today the topic that we are going to focus is Pythagoras theorem. Okay, the topic is Pythagoras theorem. Okay, now exactly this topic, the topic name is Pythagoras theorem. So today, right now in this lecture, we won't be taking any sums, but we will be only discussing about all the theorems that are involved in this chapter. Okay, we will be discussing all the theorems, and theorem in the sense we are not going to prove the theorems, we will only understand ki if this thing is given to us, then what will be the result. Okay, so let's see. So the first theorem that itself is Pythagoras theorem that we have already studied in the lower standards as well. Like for example, or let me write it here. Say suppose this is a right angle triangle. Okay, this is a right angle triangle. Suppose P, Q and R. Okay, if this is a right angle triangle PQR, and of course this is a 90 degree. Now we know that the side opposite to 90 degree, this side is called hypotenuse. Okay. We know that this side is called hypotenuse. Okay. So what does Pythagoras theorem say? It says that hypotenuse square, that is hypotenuse square means PR square, this PR square is equal to the sum of the square of other two sides. Sum of what? Square of other two sides. Okay, PQ square plus QR square. Okay, so this is the Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so what we did here is we seen this diagram and we wrote this answer. Okay, we seen this diagram and we wrote this answer. So this is the Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so we'll write Pythagoras by Pythagoras theorem. Okay, like whenever we see a diagram and write this thing, we will write the reason by Pythagoras theorem. But what will be its converse? What will be its converse? Now its converse is this ulta, like a reverse one. Like this is given to us and we are writing this. Okay, means PR square is equal to PQ square plus QR square. It is given to us this way. Or we solve something and we get this answer that PR square is equal to PQ square plus QR square. Then we can immediately say that we have a right angle triangle. Okay, then we can say that a right angle triangle can be formed. Okay, now we can see here that the triangle's name is PQR, but where to give P, where to give Q, where to give R, or where exactly to start from PQR. Okay, so if you see here, these letters are same, like same letters on the right side, this QQ. Okay, so with the letters which are same, they will form right angle. Okay, they will form right angle. Now which are the other two letters remaining? P and R. You can write P here and R here, or you can also write P here and R there. Okay, so let me write here P, Q and R. Okay, so this is the triangle with angle Q as 90 degree. Okay, how did we get this 90 degree? By seeing this. Okay, so if you write this, you can immediately conclude that. So what is our conclusion? What is our conclusion? This triangle means what are we getting the answer as? We will get that angle Q is 90 degree. Okay, angle Q is 90 degree and triangle PQR is right angle triangle. Okay, is right angled triangle. Okay, so angle Q is 90 degree and triangle PQR is right angle triangle. We get this answer if we know this. Okay, when we know this, we will get this answer. And here it was. Okay, this was known and we have written this. Okay, we already knew this. whether it was given in the figure or it is given in writing that in a triangle PQR angle Q is 90. So we say that PR square is equal to PQ square plus QR square. Okay. So this is its converse. Okay. Converse part. Okay. So you need not remember the theorems and all like the full statement because it is not necessary. Only the thing is you must be able to identify it in the diagram and apply it. Okay. Okay, the next theorem that we have is 30, 60, 90 degree theorem. Okay, 30, 60, 90 degree theorem means you will need a triangle. You will need a triangle whose angles are 30, 60 and 90. Okay, this is 90. Suppose let us take this as 60 and this is 30. Okay, and let us give the name A, B and C. Okay, so what is given to us? This is given to us that we have a triangle whose angles are 30, 60 and 90 and the name of the triangle is A, B and C, the triangle ABC, or else you can say triangle BCA. It is the same, like you can write it in any way. So what does 30, 60, 90 degree theorem say? So it says that the side opposite to 30 degree, okay, 30 degree के सामने वाला side, this side, okay, this side BC, okay, side opposite to 30 degree, that is BC, is half hypotenuse. Okay, half hypotenuse. So hypotenuse तो एक ही होता है, which is hypotenuse, the side which is in front of 90 degree. Okay, so what does 30, 60, 90 degree theorem say? That the side opposite to 30 degree is half hypotenuse and the side opposite to 60 degree, 60 degree के सामने वाला side, that is AB, it is root 3 upon 2 hypotenuse. Okay, so bas you have to remember these two things. Okay, like whenever you see a whenever you see a 30, 60, 90 degree triangle, you should remember this, that side opposite to 30 degrees half hypotenuse and side opposite to 60 degrees root 3 upon 2 hypotenuse. Okay, now same applies for its converse. Okay, now I will not be writing the converse part here, but of course you must be able to understand now okay, what exactly is the converse. Like if you get this, then this is your answer. Okay, if you get this, then this is your answer. Now this is your answer means what was given to us, what we were saying till now, that we have a 30, 60, 90 degree triangle. Okay, so if you get this, then you will say that the triangle that we have is a 30, 60, 90 degree triangle. Okay, means for example, if you have a triangle, okay, if they have given you a triangle, if this is 8, okay, this is 4, okay, and 1 second, and suppose this is 4 root 3. Okay, now what you can see here is first of all 4 square plus 4 root 3 square is how much? 4 4s are 16 plus 4 3s are 16, 3s are 48. So it is 64, which is hypotenuse square. Okay, so of course this is a right angle triangle. Okay, because sum of this square of these two sides is equal to this side square. So what we can say that this angle is a right angle triangle. Okay, now again if you see that this is 4 and this is 8, so 4 upon 8 is half, or else you can say half of hypotenuse is 4. So half of 8 is 4, so of course this angle is 30 degree, right? Because that's what we are saying here, no? That side opposite to 30 degree is half hypotenuse. So if this 4 is half of this 8, it means this angle is 30. Okay, so we are talking about the converse. Okay, and if you can just apply the sum of the angles of a triangle theorem, the 30 plus 90 and remaining should be 60 degree, because the sum of all the angles of a triangle is 180. or else you can also use this rule, that this side is root 3 upon 2 8, like root 3 upon 2 8, that is root 3 upon 2 hypotenuse is this side. Okay, so we will say that this is 60 degree. Okay, so we have just discussed the 30, 60, 90 degree theorem, that if we have this 30, 60, 90, we will write this result, and if we somewhat get this result, then we can go to the converse and say that the triangle given to us is 30, 60, 90 degree. Okay, so same applies for 45, 45, 90 degree theorem. A triangle is given to you which has 45, 45, 90 degree, and we have to find the relation of its sides. Now it says here that side opposite to 45. Side opposite to 45 is this side, that is QR, and also this side, which is PR. They both are equal. Okay, it says the side opposite to 45, because they both are equal, and they both are equal to root 3 upon 2 hypotenuse. Which is the hypotenuse? This PQ. So there is only one outcome, or you can say the one result from 45, 45, 90 degree theorem. And same goes with its converse. Like if you get this result, you can say it is a 45, 45, 90 degree triangle. Okay, so we see another theorem. I hope till now the previous theorems are cleared. If not, you can just rewind back and revise it again. So this theorem says similarity in right angle triangles. Okay, so there must be a particular type of construction like this. That is, you have a triangle ABC which is right angled here, and from this right angle, from this 90 degree, there is one more perpendicular drawn on the hypotenuse. Okay, there's one more, so you should be able to identify this diagram. Okay, from this 90 degree only there's one more perpendicular. Then what will you write? You will write the triangle ABC. Okay. Triangle ABC is similar, say triangle ABC is similar to triangle ADB. Okay, you started from ABC, now go to the start and write ADB. Okay, ADB similar to triangle. So now we are stopped at B, so you will take BDC. Okay, so you have to write the similarity in this fashion only, because if you write the letters in wrong pattern, then maybe you get the wrong answer. Okay, ABC, ADB and BDC. Okay, again I will say ABC, ADB, okay, this one, and then BDC. Okay. First this way, then you come like this, go here, and then from there you come here. Okay, so if you see this diagram, this is the answer. Okay, there's one more theorem, which is theorem of geometric mean. Theorem of geometric mean. Okay, now the diagram for both the theorems are same. Like you need to have this diagram only. Okay, if you have this type of diagram, you can either apply similarity in right angle triangles, or you can also apply theorem of geometric mean. Now what is theorem of geometric mean? It says BD square is equal to AD into DC. Okay, this is the theorem of geometric mean, that BD square is equal to product of this two. Okay, diagram should be the same, like this is perpendicular 90 degree, and from this 90 degree there is a perpendicular on this hypotenuse. Okay, there's one more theorem that we have studied in maybe lower standards for the same diagram. It says that you can just remember that BD is half of AC. Okay, if you have such type of construction, then it says that BD is always half of AC. Okay. Okay, now we are seeing application of Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so this is the diagram that we have, and this is the another diagram. What is the difference in both these diagrams? That this is an acute angle triangle. It is an acute angle triangle. and this is obtuse angled triangle. Okay, so it is obtuse angled triangle, and like this. Okay. Now what you will do here is, in this you have to see the side opposite to 90 degree. So it is either AC or AB. Okay, let us take this AB first. So we'll write AB square. Okay, what is the first thought process? That you will see the side opposite to 90 degree. Okay, AB or AC, write any one of this, and then write the remaining two sides. So this BC and AC. Okay, BC and AC. So we'll write BC square plus AC square. Now since it is an acute angle triangle, you will take minus. Okay, since it is an acute angle triangle, we have to take minus, and you have to write twice. Once you have to go to from D to B, from D to B and D to C, and D to B and D to C. That is DB dot means multiplication DC. Okay, clear? See what we did is we took side opposite to 90 degree. We have written this AB square, and we have written other two side squares, that is AC square and BC square. And then minus, because it is an acute angle triangle, 2 तो रहेगा इधर with DB and DC. Now same for obtuse angle triangle. The side in front of this, what we say 90 degree, is AC. Okay, 90 degree के सामने वाला is AC. So we will write AC square is equal to, write the remaining two sides square. Okay, that is AB square. Oh sorry, one second. The side opposite to 90 degrees AB, not AC. Okay, you can write AC as well. That won't make a difference. So let us write it in general, that how we are going to study in the beginning. That is AB square is equal to remaining two sides square, that is BC square plus AC square, plus twice. See, this is the altitude that we have drawn. Same thing here. This is the altitude that we have. So once you go to DB and then you go to DC. So DB dot DC. Okay, so formulas are same. Don't learn these formulas. Just try with the diagrams. Like you can change the name of the triangle and you can try this formulas. Okay. And this is the last theorem that we have, that is Apollonius theorem. What it says is, we have a triangle, but basically what we will be having in this triangle is we will be having a median. Okay, so this is the median. What does median do? It divides the opposite side into two equal parts. Okay, the formula says that this is the median. So go on the left side and right side and square it. PQ square plus PR square is equal to twice PS square plus twice, you can write either QS or SR because both are same. So let me write QS square. So this is Apollonius theorem. It says square of this left side and right side sum is equal to twice median square, this is the median, plus twice, you can write QS square or SR square, any one of them. Okay, so you just revise all these theorems again and again, because if you know the theorems, your 60-70% work is already done. Only you need to practice sums then, and where you can apply these theorems. Okay, so if you have any doubt, ask me in the comment section, we can discuss on that. So till then, take care, bye bye.